Today I want to talk to you about how I lost a stone in weight in 60 days without trying. It is I'll tell you the truth, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. This is a Sunday morning's topic from a couple of weeks ago, but my video editor kindly informed me that the audio didn't come through very well, so I'm re-recording it today along with my other episode of this today. So the joys of technical issues. So before I get into the topic, very quick update. Before I get into the topic, first I want to make a disclaimer that I'm certainly no health or fitness expert, and I'm not in any way, shape or form qualified to advise on how to lose weight effectively. But what I'm going to talk to you about is something that's happened to me over the last 60 days, and my understanding of the reasons why. Well, firstly, as you can probably tell, there's not a lot of me, and I'm certainly not in any focus to lose weight. But I am 38 years old now, and although I've always been physically fit and healthy, I've always been very sporty, I have noticed in the past couple of years my body is starting to change a little bit. Mainly that my metabolism is slowing down. And what I mean by that is that usually, historically I'd be able to eat, drink, whatever I want. I'd normally be fairly active anyway. And so I'm just checking I'm going the right way. And I'd never have to worry about weight or my body changing. In the last couple of years, I've noticed that I've still maintained a fairly active lifestyle, but I don't think my eating regime has been too particularly good. And as a result, you just notice yourself, your body carrying a little bit extra surplus fat. Now, let's be honest, I've never been, I know some people struggle big time with this, and I don't want people to think that I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, because you wouldn't notice it, but I noticed it. And that's the difference. Well, I got up to 11.5 stone, which is still excellent BMI for my height. I'm 5'10", so still excellent BMI. But for me, it was just a little bit uncomfortable. So I stepped on changing my lifestyle habits. I didn't think I needed to change anything in terms of how active I was, in terms of activity, because I was still running a couple of thousand kilometers a year, or getting to that kind of level. So, but what I was doing is I was running maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I now run every day. So that's something that's changed in the past 60 days. So that's obviously got something to do with it. I'll talk to you about the reasons why shortly. Morning. So, but firstly, anybody who talks about weight loss, this is my limited knowledge anyway. You've got all sorts of different diets out there. Well, firstly, I don't really believe in diets. It's a little bit controversial, but I believe in a change in lifestyle. If you diet, you'll do something for a period of time. You'll probably achieve your target weight, and then you'll go back to what you did before. What will happen is all the hard work will be lost when you go back to what you did before, and you'll probably put the weight back on. So if you want to maintain a standard, then you've got to change your lifestyle. So that's my first belief. Now, other people, more experts in this field, may have similar or may have alternative opinions, but that's fine. This is just my opinion. Secondly, it doesn't matter what diet you are. There's a keto diet, being vegan, Atkins, cutting carbs, eating extra protein and fat. There's diets that are cutting out meat, and to be honest with you, the one thing that everything has in correlation, or all the diets have in common, the common denominator is, if you want to lose weight, you need to operate at a calorie deficit. And what I mean by that is that I think men can consume 2,000 calories a day, women 1,500. Now, it's very vague, and I think there's a lot more that goes into that. It needs to be, everybody's body is different and can take different elements of calories. So I think that's very generalised, but generally speaking, that's quite well documented that men should consume 2,000, women 1,500 calories a day for a healthy lifestyle. So if you operate a deficit, so if you're, if I'm a man and supposed to be consuming 2,000 calories, in actual fact, so I need to turn right here, checking I'm going right. I'm running around staying around a friend's house, so I don't know this route. I'm just checking I know I'm going the right way. Well, if I consumed 1,750 calories, but my allowance is 2,000 for my size and structure, then if I do that over the course of time, I will lose weight. And that's really, really important. And I think all it is about a calorie deficit. Now, there's a lot more that comes into this because everybody's size and structure and metabolism is different. So really you need to be a bit more bespoke and understand what your exact calorie intake should be. And you also need to factor in how active you are. So this is where I think this pulls together. I've been running every day for about the past 75, 78, 77 days, a minimum of 5k. I think the longest I've done is just over half marathon distance. But that's a significant amount of exercise every single day. The benefit of this is, historically, where I was still doing a similar number of miles, but I wasn't necessarily getting any weight loss, was because I wasn't eating very well. I now watch a lot more about what I eat. But the difference is that not only do I get my daily calorie allowance, but because I'm so active, I'm burning so many more calories on a daily basis, which means that my dynamic calorie allowance, which is basically my allowance plus the extra calories I've burned. I think I need to. I've got 1.5k up here. So basically, my daily allowance plus the extra I've burned in exercise is what I can then consume, which is significantly more. Even a 5k, you're generally burning about 500 calories. So from 2,000 to 2,500, 500 calories is like a meal. So it's another whole meal every day. So I'm always operating a calorie deficit because not only am I doing all this exercise and having an extra allowance, I'm also monitoring what I eat. Now, you probably see on my left wrist, you see my left wrist, you see my Apple Watch 5, and that's all my kind of complex tech and running tech and everything runs through my Apple Watch. On my right wrist, you'll see a Fitbit Inspire HR, which I use to track my sleep. But I also love the Fitbit simplicity for tracking my family's health and activity. I'll talk to you about in another episode. But also for tracking. The Fitbit app's really, really cool. I love Apple, but I'm not a massive fan of the activity app. Whereas Fitbit, you can track your food intake, your weight. You can do all that on Apple, I'm sure, as well, but it's just much more user-friendly on the Fitbit version. So I track what I eat now, and I've always been a student of productivity, and I've tried lots of different things. One of the things I've tried is intermittent fasting, or I'm currently doing it. So what that means is that basically you're supposed to eat for a 8-hour window and fast for 16. It sounds hard, but it's not really, because all I do is I miss breakfast. I eat my lunch, I eat my dinner, normal times. I eat kind of decent sized portions. I think, just need to see where I'm going. I'm still right. Sorry about this, I'm just trying to make sure I'm going the right direction. So I eat using normal amounts, but I'm just missing a meal. What that means is that I'm probably saving myself 500 calories a day just in not eating breakfast. And I've done it for so long now. I don't notice any difference. My body's adapted to it. I still feel super energetic. So why would I eat for the sake of eating? So as a result, not only am I doing daily activity where I'm getting an extra 500 calorie allowance today, I'm also losing a meal, which is reduction of 500 calories. So the dynamic impact of that is an extra 1,000 calories worth of allowance that I'm kind of generating based on lifestyle changes. And I can never eat enough to be a calorie surplus in the time that I'm eating. So it always means I'm in a calorie deficit, which ultimately means I lose weight. The final thing that I've done, which has been a big game changer, and a lot of people don't underestimate this, is I read an article about water consumption. And most people recommend 2 litres a day, or 1.5 litres a day. I think it's pretty standard. I drink 4 litres of water a day. And the reason for that is that a lot of people eat through boredom, or just eating for the sake of eating. They don't really need to eat. If you consume more water, it keeps you more full, so you don't necessarily feel the desire to eat more. And it's supposed to aid in weight loss. Also, about 70% of your body is water, so it flushes out, keeps your immune system good. And I've felt great since doing this. I've been doing this now for 60 odd days. I drink the best part of 4 litres, at least a gallon a day, which is 3.7 litres of water a day. Sounds like a lot, and it is to begin with, but it comes back down to reinforcement of changes into your life. And there's research to suggest you need to do something for 66 days in a row for it to become a habit. I'm at that stage now with intermittent fasting, with my water consumption, with tracking my calories, and doing my daily running. As a result, the science backs us up. I'm constantly operating at a significant calorie deficit, which ultimately means I lose weight. I'm now down to 10 stone 8. It's pretty much a stone reduction in 60 days. I don't want to lose any more, so I'm conscious I don't want to lose any more, but I feel great. The little fat stores that I did have, where it gives you insecurities about your body. And I know I don't want to sound silly because I know that some people battle with this a lot more than me, but it's all relevant. I felt super insecure taking my top off or whatever, because you feel there's little bits of fat supplies that didn't used to be there, and you feel self-conscious about it. And I've always been someone who's been super sporty. I've always had a pretty good physique, and it was it got to a stage where I wouldn't take my top off unless I was showering or something. It's a bit of a personal story. It's a sensitive topic, but I'm now at the stage where I lost these areas and I'm feeling good again. I'm not ripping my top off at every given opportunity, but it doesn't feel like as big a ordeal. That might sound really, really vain or small fry, but these things are all little relevant things to individual people, and it gives me a little confidence boost. So just for that perspective alone, I'm delighted about what the weight loss. I don't want to lose any more, because otherwise, it's always been my mum, you need fattening up. She's given me all this, and other family members are saying, you're looking gaunt. I feel great. Hopefully I don't look gaunt. Hopefully I don't look like I'm wasting away, because I am, just check where I'm going, a little bit further. I feel great, I feel fit, I feel healthy, I feel these daily changes to my life have been all positive. I just need to watch my weight now, because I don't want to lose too much more. But as I'm venturing into the realms of significant mileage in running, you look at all the endurance runners, they don't carry a lot of weight, do they? So maybe my body's adapting and starting to move towards that style. So I don't want to be super skinny, but basically this is for people who are struggling weight loss. And the moral to the story here is these little changes compounding have had pretty dramatic effects on my weight loss regime, even though I haven't even tried or even been focused on losing weight. So to summarise, what I do is I get more sleep. Didn't talk too much about that. I'm trying to get at least 6.5 hours a night, 7 if possible, 6.5 minimum, 7 and above. Between 7 and 7.5 is perfect. I've worked that out over the course of time, but I've done separate episodes on monitoring sleep. I calorie count, mainly to make sure I'm eating healthily, not because I'm watching how many calories I take. I'm intermittent fasting, and I'm consuming a gallon of water a day, and I'm doing at least 5k a day running. You don't have to do 5k a day. That's some people might think that's extreme. I do a bit more than that the weekends, but you can do just exercise a day, 20 minutes a day. You get the same effect. That can be a brisk walk, whatever. But the key is you're giving yourself that extra surplus of calorie allowance. Use an app like Fitbit or something, which is, I love Fitbit because the dynamic calorie calculator is amazing. I need to turn right here. The dynamic calorie calculator is amazing. So basically, I'm wearing my Fitbit on my right wrist, factoring how active I am every day, automatically calculate what I can consume for my weight to remain stable on a daily basis. So the more activity I do, the more allowance I get. So it's a dynamic moving needle, which really helps. So I can keep on top in real time. And if I'm overexerting, I can perhaps do a little bit of extra exercise in the afternoon, and it pulls it back. So I hope this has been useful. As I said, my disclaimer is I'm certainly no weight expert, weight loss expert, nutritionist or fitness expert, but I do study this type of stuff and I do have a keen interest in it. And this is just stuff that I do every day, and these are my results. So I hope you found that useful. As always, any questions, please ping me a comment. I'll respond to every question, that's my guarantee. If it's a broader question, I'll still respond, but I'll also do a separate vlog episode and tag you in. I can't guarantee when that will be, but I will always do it based on my content plan. So if you think this is value to anybody, please tag them in or share it, or give it a like just to give it some extra reach. If you think this is going to help people, if you don't, or it's irrelevant to you, just unfollow, unfriend me, and you'll stop seeing my content, and it won't be annoying you as much as it probably already is, which is absolutely fine. No hard feelings there at all. So as always, stay happy, stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you on the next episode.